From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, October 1st, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.17 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,316 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $614. Antiwar.com reports heavy fighting was reported throughout the day on Friday in central and northern Aleppo, capping a week that has seen some of the deadliest fighting in the entire civil war as the Syrian military aims to reclaim the eastern half of the city from the al-Qaeda-linked Nusra Front. Earlier in the week, Syrian military forces captured a central district and also some territory on the northern outskirts of the city. Exactly what was accomplished on Friday remains a matter of debate as both sides have issued conflicting claims of victory. Most of Friday's fighting centered on the district of Suleiman al-Halabi, near the district taken earlier in the week in central Aleppo. Government forces claim to have made substantial progress, but the Nusra Front claimed that they had expelled the troops by evening. Both sides also traded blame for a strike which hit a water station in the district, with Nusra claiming an airstrike, but the Syrian government claiming rebel shelling. The Syrian military claimed Nusra shelling also killed some 15 civilians near the Al-Midan district. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports a federal judge on Friday rejected a last-ditch effort by 4 states to stop the U.S. government from handing over control of the Internet to an international body when the calendar turns to Saturday. Judge George Hanks, Jr. of the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Texas denied an emergency request for a temporary restraining order to interrupt the handover, which was scheduled for midnight Friday. Attorneys general from the states filed the lawsuit on Wednesday. A U.S. Department of Commerce contract for the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, or ICANN, was set to expire Friday. ICANN, formed in 1998, manages domain names and assigns Internet service provider numbers. In June, the Department of Commerce and the National Telecommunications and Information Administration announced that ICANN had submitted a proposal for complete privatization of the system and that the U.S. government would relinquish stewardship when the contract expires. The lawsuit argued that the states will lose the predictability, certainty, and protections that currently flow from federal stewardship of the Internet and instead be subjected to ICANN's unchecked control. The suit says Obama's plan to hand over control of the Internet is an illegal transfer of U.S. government property and that it requires congressional approval. Judge Hanks, however, ruled Friday that the plaintiffs failed to prove that irreparable harm would result from the handover and denied the injunction, clearing the way for the transfer to occur at midnight Friday into Saturday. Some applauded the ruling, some opposed it, and others said the fight may continue even after the handover. During the 2013 Porcupine Freedom Festival, Davi Barker presented an idea for a renegade psychological experiment. Since then, he has refined his idea and put his plan and research into writing. He explains, "We aim to show the world beyond a shadow of a doubt that power corrupts absolutely and corrupt authority deserves no obedience." Authoritarian Sociopathy is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports the Chief Justice of Alabama Supreme Court was effectively ousted on Friday by a judicial panel that found he unethically resisted U.S. court rulings that legalize same-sex marriage. Chief Justice Roy Moore violated judicial ethics with an order seen as directing probate judges to withhold marriage licenses from same-sex couples, defying federal court decisions, according to the Alabama Court of Judiciary. It was the second suspension for the outspoken conservative Roy Moore. Earlier, he was sanctioned for refusing to remove a monument of the Ten Commandments in a state building. On Friday, Moore blasted the decision that followed a trial earlier in the week. He said in a statement on social media, "This was a politically motivated effort by radical homosexual and transgender groups to remove me as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court because of outspoken opposition to their immoral agenda." His lawyer, Matt Staver, said he planned to appeal the unanimous decision to suspend Moore without pay for the rest of his term, effective immediately. Staver said it essentially removes Moore from the bench as the Chief Justice will be too old to seek re-election at the end of his term in January 2019. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.